Welcome back to Tuesday Tips at 2 with the Goldbergs. Saying Sarah this week. I'm sure she'll be back in the next week, so please stay tuned in. This week I'm going to be answering a question that sometimes people ask. Is America too litigious? Are there too many lawsuits being filed in this country? The answer is yes, but that's a good thing. Let me explain why. And I explain this from the perspective of the guy who files lawsuits. I think we average 1 or 2 a week. America is a country which allows for private parties to sue each other to resolve their own problems, a topic that we discussed in previous week's Tuesday Tips at 2 with the Goldbergs. This deprives us of the need to wait on some nameless bureaucrat in some ministry of somewhere to intercede in our own problems between 2 private entities or 2 private individuals. In communist Russia, state sues you. But here in America, you can take problems into your own hands and help resolve them. That's the first starting point of the equation of what differentiates us from other countries and why per capita we do have far more lawsuits being filed on over here in the US. The second cause and driver of there being additional lawsuits is this. There's something to fight about on over here. America is and has the greatest economy in the world, meaning that there's a ton of commerce happening and a ton of interactions and transaction between different parties, entities, industries, etc. In other countries, let's just throw out some Saharan states, there just isn't much happening there in terms of commerce, in terms of transactions, and thus in terms of the capability for friction. Further reason that we have so many lawsuits in this country, and also a wonderful reason, is that this is truly the only means of dealing with what's loosely called as the American melting pot. In this country we have an unbelievable diversity, not only of ethnicities, cultures, backgrounds, viewpoints, but also diversity between industries and the practices and cultures that dominate different industries and different companies, etc. The litigation, the sphere, the court, which allows for these entities to sue each other, is the only fair meeting ground where you have one set of rules being applied to everyone, no matter what. We've represented out of country foreign owners of land in Texas that had a dispute with companies that managed their land and the tenants, the commercial tenants within the land. The foreign owners were in a lawsuit against an American company that managed the property and other foreign nationals that were then living within the US that were serving as the commercial tenants. And how wonderful is that there is a system that allows for such problems to be resolved on over here. Beyond that, there's another great reason why there's so many lawsuits on over here. People don't get along. And it's so much better that they get to sue each other and have a judge or a jury, which is, by the way, the greatest form of resolving any dispute out there in the world. It's better to have others figure out who wins and who loses, as opposed to how we used to do things in this country, i.e. in this state, pow-pow, pow-pow, and high noon duels, or perhaps another example within this country, how they used to resolve problems up in Chicago. And I'm thinking about these guys, pow-pow-pow-pow-pow-pow-pow-pow. Violence is a means of resolving problems, but that's a means that we'd like to avoid. And hence, you have the lawsuits on over here. Everyone knows what the rules are, or can hire an attorney to tell them what the rules are, and everyone has to abide by them. That's not just the laws that apply across different industries, towards contracts, etc., but it's also the procedures that govern the game itself. You can think of chess as an analogy. 2 sides sitting opposite of the table of each other, both seeking to win at this game. But there's only one set of rules on how it's governed. That's the procedure of it. Tune in for another Tuesday Tips at 2 with the Goldbergs, which I am most certain will occur, as I'm most certain I'll be forced right back into the seat. Look us up on lawgoldberg.com. Call us up for a consultation at 713-942-0600. And otherwise, comment, like this, or don't like, do whatever you want. But we're also on Facebook and other means of social media. Until next time, looking forward to it.